What is up, homies? Welcome back to another reaction from Heroes Reforged. It is time for episode 5 of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier Truth. I didn't know we were gonna have Ant-Man here today. This is amazing.
Ant-Man is joining us.
I'm Ant-Man.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Are you here? Are you here in hopes of a cameo? Is that what's happening?
I think we might see a familiar face tonight, so I figured I'd come and say hi to the Heroes Reforged audience.
Fantastic. Did you bring us some orange slices?
Yeah, I got some orange slices for tonight. It's been really great working with, Jeff Loveness. He's writing the script. It's coming along great, So
love to see it.
That's fantastic.
It's me, Hector, under here, everybody, and I just
What?
I love how he's like, I have to clarify who I am. Okay.
I know my body from the neck down looks exactly like 50-year-old Paul Rudd, but
yeah,
it's me, it's
right.
Hector. I'm calling it
Buff
now. I
ass
think we're
Paul
going to see Ant-Man has a relationship with Falcon. They got a great partnership, Falcon and Tic Tac. This is just me swinging for the fences. I don't know. I don't know who we're going to see tonight, but this will be a big cameo.
Hey, listen, we had a Wakanda reveal, so yeah, I think Ant-Man's definitely in the,
in the running.
In the running for something.
Highlight for me from last week's episode, though, as great as everybody was, and I think he's gotten enough shit that we can give him a little bit of praise, is Wyatt Russell as John Walker.
Dude,
really
Wyatt
good.
Russell.
Really good.
So he has crossed the territory into villains you love to hate. You're right. It's not Paul Rudd. The performance given by him is top notch. Completely conveys what the character needs to convey across the board. Props to people in the comments too. I know there was a lot of people, saying some stuff, but there was also other people having some great conversation in the comics about, the morality and everything that's happening and what
justification, all that stuff.
Justification and also not justification. So this show has been sparking a lot of great conversations that I'm really proud of. All the people that I'm not proud of, you can get out of the comments. But the people that I am proud of,
thumbs.
Good job. Let's get into it.
I'm ready.
I'm
ready.
You guys ready for this? Penultimate episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
That's it.
Come on, Ant-Man.
All right.
More Isaiah Bradley. Here we go.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. This is not the part of Prague I recognize.
It almost looks like Budapest when we left the train station.
Oh, that train ride. Don't remind me.
Am I right?
We have so many stories.
Oh,
we have such great stories. Oh, is something important happening right now? Let's talk about how we have personal shared experiences.
Look, he literally has blood on his hands right now.
Lots of good conversations over the course of the last week of, well, what would you do if you were in that position? And it's
right.
I don't know if I would cross over that edge, and especially when I know I'm in that position of important power.
Yes, and people watching, and he looks like he absolutely regrets his decision.
Because now the ramifications of that are massive.
Massive.
But man, Wyatt Russell really killing it.
He's chopping it up, man. It's great.
He's really great at being unlikable, but also there are times where you can see him as John Walker feeling that pressure. So he's doing a great job.
This is where the boys take back the shield.
Time to go to work, he said.
You saw what happened. You know what I had to do.
You didn't have to do that.
I had to.
He's lost.
You gotta give me the shield.
Damn, you're gonna take the shield with blood on it?
Look at him. Nope.
He's like, no.
This is what this is about.
You almost got me. You made a mistake.
You got to turn yourself in.
Yeah, we do.
We can do this all day.
This is gonna get crazy. Okay.
Well, Sam's at a disadvantage because he has no super soldier serum, but
he's just a guy.
He has himself.
This is definitely giving me Civil War vibes.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I think that's what's so impressive for me about this show is that, all of those creators who are working on the show have really done an amazing job capturing the essence and vibe of Civil War and elevating it.
What are you making me
Nobody's making you do shit, homie.
Yeah, man.
Oh, no.
Now it's up to Sam.
Oh, I like that.
Nice.
That was great.
This isn't you, John.
Sweep the leg.
We could have been a
No,
team.
you couldn't.
Nah, not the team Sam wants to be on.
Not with you, man.
Oh,
Pick it up, Sam.
Oh, wow.
The battle for the shield.
Oh
man.
my God, the symbolism in here is crazy. There he goes again, this murderous motherfucker.
Captain America.
Whoa.
Whoa. Not today, kid.
Is this fight scene going to end with John still in possession of the shield or not?
I think so.
I think it could go either way
so.
because this does not feel like the final confrontation of the series.
No.
Yeah.
This is. Oh, pull it from his hand.
It's over, John. It's mine.
Don't make this any worse for yourself, dude.
Yup. Bye. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a very lucha libre finishing move.
Did like Walker like break his arm or strain
Yeah.
his
His
wrist
arm
or
was
broke his
snapped
elbow.
backwards. Yeah.
Jeez. I think Bucky has known from even before this series started.
It's
He's not the
Falcon.
guy. He's not
Yeah.
the guy. You remember at the end of Endgame, Bucky was the one to go, Sam, kind of give him the like. You got to
Yeah.
go talk to him. He's talking to you. Needs to talk to you.
I think to your point, Bucky believes in Steve's decision
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
because he
yes,
respects and loves Steve.
Yes.
How'd these break?
Super Soldier ripped them off.
Anyway,
Cap got a little mad.
Protect that shit, Sam.
Thanks, Torres.
Don't hold it like that. It's not a suitcase.
wait, yo, you forgot the wings.
Keep on.
Oh, Torres is going to be the new Falcon. This is great.
He's gonna come back clutch. Watch. So this is gonna come back in the clutch.
It is the order of this council that you are no longer to act in any
Yeah.
capacity as a representative of the United States government or its military.
Yikes.
Yep. That's right. Get him out of here.
He is losing it.
But why Russell
Absolutely
is
losing it.
crushing
Yeah.
it.
You built me.
I mean, he's not wrong, man.
Yeah.
I am Captain America.
No,
Not anymore.
not
We scratched-
anymore.
We scratched your name off the back of the shield. Bye, Felicia.
Returned the shield to us with expedience.
No, the shield is in better hands now.
Yeah, the shield is where it's supposed to be.
He's going to get some other metal shield, a new
The
costume.
one he
and
gets
he's-
from the comics.
Yeah, he's going to be a U.S. agent. He's just going to be do his own thing.
Uh-oh. Who's that? Who that be?
Well, these boots are not made for walking.
Oh my God.
Valentina Allegra de Fontaine.
This is amazing. Longtime shield agent. This is
Like
fantastic.
a legendary shield agent?
Perfect casting. Yeah, like Nick Fury status.
Okay.
I would have killed the bastard too.
This is
Nobody
so great.
in there is mad at you about that. I mean, you would have been doing him a favor if you'd taken out the whole lot. By the way, don't worry about the shield.
We got a new
I
one.
know you don't have it.
Yeah, we'll get you a new one.
It doesn't really belong to the government. It's kind of a legal gray area.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was
Is
like
it now?
Steve's kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it was always a Stark piece of property, but then it was gifted to Steve Rogers, and
Oh, is this the statue in Sokovia?
Yeah.
makes sense.
Dude, Zemo is quickly becoming one of my favorite characters in the MCU.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting like merging of the
Yeah.
Zemo from Captain America: Civil War, and then like what they've built up in this show so far.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've decided I'm not going to kill you.
Oh, that easy, huh?
Imagine my relief.
Helmut.
Ooh. Conscious decision, my friend. Oh, I'm gonna let Wakanda handle you, homie. I'm gonna turn you in.
Goodbye, James.
Wow.
Is Daniel Bro gonna be in Black Panther too?
It's possible.
I'm saying, man,
will
it's
take him to the
it is possible. Oh,
Oh, he's going to the raft.
yeah.
that is not.
Interesting.
That's not Wakanda.
Yeah.
But in the raft, I bet you he might be. If that has been run still by Ross, I bet you he's got Abomination in there, and that's the
Probably.
building blocks for the Masters of Evil, the evil version of the Avengers.
Hey,
Mhm.
Count on it.
I may have another favor to ask of you.
Ooh,
What is that?
Ooh.
Spicy meatball. Okay.
We're going back.
back.
Oh, here we
back.
go.
Yes.
Isaiah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. They're about to have the conversation.
Oh, this,
Yeah.
the best
Yep.
conversation is about to happen, and my emotions are not ready for it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far,
Yep.
like every scene that's happened in this episode so far is stuff that we've talked about and stuff that we kind of knew was going
Please
to happen.
happen.
But it's exciting because now I don't know what the rest of this episode and
Yeah.
the finale is going to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Zemo's in custody. Walker's no longer Captain America. Here we go.
Leave it covered. Those stars and stripes don't mean nothing good to me.
You cannot fault the man.
We gotta do something. We gotta tell somebody.
No, leave me dead. My name is buried.
But the world's different now.
Man, that's why you're here. You think things are different. You think times are different. You think I wouldn't be dead in a day if you brought me out.
Oh my God.
They were worried my story might get out. So they erased me, my history. But they've been doing that for 500 years.
Yup. I see no lie. There is no lie in this man's voice.
To that, my brother.
Yup.
They will never let a black man be Captain America.
He's right. But fuck him is what the attitude is. Dude, Carl Lumbly in this scene is like phenomenal.
Amazing.
He is just
All the acting has been
Dude,
just top notch, man. What a scene. What a scene.
Give it up to Carl Lumbly for that one. That was
Damn.
incredible. When you hear Isaiah Bradley say no self-respecting black man would want to be Captain America, I'm like, well, shit, now do I even want Sam to be Captain? There's a part of me that's like, what do we do? What
Captain
do we
America-
do?
Falcon?
Captain America was not built for anybody but Steve Rogers. It was built for a certain archetype of man, and it does not include black people in that equation.
Thanks so much, man. But how do we get it off the truck?
It's what's his name?
Bucky?
Yep.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Just tossing 2-ton engines around.
Jesus.
I love it.
It's off.
Has he got new
Sign
wings?
for it and I'll go.
What it is?
Oh,
From the Wakandans.
it's
got
Wakandan wings.
Wakandan. They're gonna look so dope.
Oh,
Yo, the Wakandan's about to power everybody in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Want any help?
Yes, say yes.
Come
you
on,
guys are
Sam.
buddies. Come on, I want to see these two guys
Let's
fix a
go.
boat.
Let's go. Let's
This is
go.
what I live for right now.
Hi, I'm Buck.
Oh,
is there? Are we?
Oh,
wait a minute.
Oh, look at Sam. Look at Sam. Look at Sam. He's like, oh, hell no. What are you doing?
this scene is gonna bring me so much joy right now.
Something I never thought I needed in an MCU anything.
Seeing the vibranium arms sanding wood.
This is the best. This is like the perfect scene to have after having something so emotional.
Yeah, so heavy.
Jesus. Oh my God.
It's a
man.
good, easy way to fix a boat.
Thanks.
Have a super soldier around.
Okay.
He hasn't opened it all day. I love this.
No, he's very reluctant.
Dude, these wings are gonna be so dope.
So you're just gonna set me up like that?
Well, I don't want to make it weird for your family.
Just stay here. But don't flirt with my son. Yes. I'll have Carlos cut you up and feed you.
Okay. I love it. I love it.
After I saw what happened,
I did not expect to see this scene either.
I went after him.
He's the one that killed our boy.
Liar.
Person who did that getaway.
John.
That is so sad. Maybe John himself believes it because he was so messed
Yeah.
up. You think
I
he's
don't believe
lying?
that. I think he knows he's lying.
Yeah.
And he's doing it on purpose.
This is an emotional episode, y'all.
Emotional stakes have to be very high going into this finale.
I just like that these MCU shows can take their time with these characters, you know? This is a scene we would never have gotten if this was in a movie. This was in a 2.5 hour
It would have been wrapped up
MCU
so
movie.
quick.
That sister seems skeptical, or daughter, or
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad that they are delivering on the promise of these Disney Plus originals being something where we really expand the characters, because it's true. Like, this show has really done it. We're about to play some Frisbee.
there we go.
I was wrong.
The
They're
legacy of
tossing
that
it back and
shield is
forth.
complicated, to say
Yeah,
the
man.
least.
When Steve told me what he was planning, I don't think either of us really understood what it felt like for a black man to be handed the shield.
Wow. So Steve talked to him
Straight up.
the night before.
I owe you an apology.
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
That is huge.
Yeah, that's mega.
I mean, he's apologizing on behalf of Steve too, because
Yep.
Steve's not
Yeah.
there, you know?
Yep.
It's just that shield's closest thing I've got left to a
Oh,
family.
Bucky.
Oof.
When I retired it made me feel like I had nothing
I get
left.
that too. I get that too.
Damn, so
I
good.
question everything.
You got to stop looking to other people to tell you.
Here
who
we
you
go.
are.
He's opening up.
In that, the way that Sam just said it, they're both going through that.
You still having those nightmares?
All the time. It means I remember. It means a part of me is still there. Which means a part of the Winter Soldier is still in me.
Then be the Winter Soldier, but be a force for good.
You want to climb out of that hell you're in. Do the work.
I've been making amends.
You weren't amending, you were avenging. Because you thought it would bring you closer.
But
you know what it means?
He's got to talk to his friend.
Yeah.
But you got to make them feel better. You got to go to them and be of service. I'm sure there's at least one person in that book who needs closure.
Oh my God.
Yep, and we know who it is.
Mm-hmm.
His best friend, old man. There is one, the most important one.
Good talk. Yes.
Ah, homies.
Call me when you have a lead and I'll be there.
Dude, I love their friendship. Oh my God.
Good shot. Oh, he looks good walking with that shield.
This is good. This is
I just got the vapors.
I know, man. I'm feeling like emotional about this. This is great, man.
So you really gonna let Isaiah Bradley get in your head?
Isaiah's been to hell and back. If I was in his shoes,
Yeah.
I'd probably feel the exact same
Absolutely.
way.
Absolutely.
What would be the point of all the pain and sacrifice
If I didn't do
if I
anything.
wasn't willing to stand up and keep fighting?
Exactly. That's the lesson he needed to learn from
You
Isaiah.
open that crate. Oh.
What?
Yes.
Oh my God.
We need a montage. Montage. Looking better and better with that shield.
Ooh.
Getting better and better with that shield, homie. Woo. That's right.
Oh,
Oh,
you'd
you're
love
beautiful.
to see
This is
it.
Your
beautiful.
uncle is Captain America.
Wow.
No, go back.
Carly, why? No,
Go
I don't want to
back
see
the
Carly right now.
training.
Man, why do things have to get real? Ugh, I don't like it.
I can make a call and have the refugees move now. They can't.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Hail Hydra.
they've infiltrated. There
Serious.
it is.
Watch, I bet you the Wakandans are already like, we've painted it red, white, and blue for you. Because
You
we knew.
mother lovers.
I want to see a
If this
black and gold
episode ends
version.
right now, I'm gonna be so mad.
I need
I'm
to
going
see
to
him
kick
put
your
this
ass.
on.
Don't you dare. You motherfuckers. You son of a bitch. You.
We gotta wait a week to see it. Wow.
Wow, man. Post credit scene, guys. Post credit scene.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I just went forward. I didn't
Now
fast
you're
forward.
speaking of my language.
Welcome back.
Yes, I'm in. Quick highlights. The Isaiah Bradley scene was devastating and
Oh my God.
phenomenally acted. The
Yeah.
scene where Bucky actually said, I'm sorry, I owe you an apology. Steve and I hadn't considered that. And the
Right.
way that Sam was helping Bucky, love that scene.
Yeah.
And then I don't know how it's going to pay off, but I have a feeling that Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Valentina Allegra de Fontaine is going to be more of a character going forward. She is, to try to sum it up for people that aren't familiar with this character in Marvel Comics, she was Nick Fury's longtime main squeeze, if you will, and is a high-ranking SHIELD officer. She's up there with like a Dum-Dum Dugan. And Julia Louis-Dreyfus is such a get. And so that could be really, really exciting. So
I'm excited for all of this. We just watched Invincible, and that feels like a powder keg has been lit. But this one even more so.
We're
Things
so
are about to get
fortunate.
wild, man.
I know. We're so fortunate with how good both of these shows are.
Yeah, it's
Like,
insane.
I'm getting so many like different things from this show than I got with WandaVision.
Yeah.
And I love how unique and different they are. And
I agree.
I think you're right. I think that scene with Isaiah was so strong.
Yeah.
And I hope we see him in
post credit.
costume.
Post credit.
hammering.
Oh, here he comes.
Is he making his own
U.S.
shield?
agent.
Yeah, he's making his own shield.
Oh man.
Yep.
Well, the final battle is still not over between U.S. Agent and Captain America.
He's putting his medals in it.
Look at this janky ass shield. You stupid idiot.
That's
This
not
is
how you
dumb.
weld.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I kind of hope we see him in the costume.
I kind of hope we'd see him at Target, like hunting for plastic shields.
But I think like the scene with Isaiah is so powerful and so strong, and it raises a lot of really valid points, a lot of really valid questions. But then you kind of have like the juxtaposition of Sarah talking to Sam and being like, are you really going to listen to what Isaiah says? Or are you actually going to go out there and like embrace it and take it on? And I don't know, like it's a lot. It's a lot to ask of somebody in that position.
Yes.
Like, hey, you should take on the mantle of this character whose legacy, I should say, is not as flawless and clean as we have been made to believe.
Right.
And I think they've done such an incredible job of like weaving all that together while not in my eyes, they haven't really changed any of like the chronological history of the MCU. They've just added to it.
Yeah.
It hasn't retconned anything. It hasn't, manipulated anything. It's like, no, yeah, like everything that's happened when Steve was on ice. And, it's like they did a really good job fine-tuning those details so you never feel like it's taking anything away from what's come before, but just adding on to it.
I think what's also really important is showing us that as much as Captain America and Steve Rogers kind of gave us an archetype of what Captain America should be, we should also never forget that the person who takes up the mantle also puts a little bit of themselves in that as well.
Totally.
Like we were lucky.
And we saw that with John Walker.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we saw John Walker stain the shield with blood. Now we're about to see somebody who has been historically disenfranchised in our nation, come from a history of slavery, come from, like a system that wasn't built for them, and all of a sudden take up the ideals of what America should be. How difficult is that? Like, you're supposed to stand up for a country that never really looked out for your best interest, like, and so it's really a tough thing to look at, but it's really interesting.
A lot of weight.
What I love about,
but they're bringing in a lot of ways to tell that story.
What I love about what you just said, Augustine, was making me think about, and also what you were saying, Adam, that like the way that this show is pulling from the Truth, Red, White, and Black comic book series, which did everything that Adam said. It didn't rewrite the Marvel Comics history, but it just added to it. It just added that aspect of, look, so many of the Marvel characters are wonderful and beautiful and well-rounded and interesting and deep. You have characters like Spider-Man and what he represents, youth kind of getting older and growing up with the world. The X-Men represent the struggle that marginalized people have when they're trying to exist and what they're fighting for and everything. The Fantastic Four is exploration and science positive and this amazing, looking on the horizon. It's like Star Trek. Captain America has been the most political of all of the Marvel characters from the beginning. And you can't do a well-rounded, deep character and idea like Captain America by just cherry picking the great stuff about the United States of America.
Yes, exactly.
Right. So you got to be honest about it.
You have to be honest, but to me, that strengthens the idea of it.
Yeah.
To me, everything that Augustine just said, where it's like, here you have a guy who is from a group that this country was not built to help in any way from the beginning. And you could say that for pretty much any like non-white group in the United States, even immigrants that might be white, but immigrants who come from other parts of the world will have some similar experiences and difficulties and stuff. The point being, like, I think that it's I really like how you set it up, Augustine. It's such an incredible uphill thing to have a character in that position all of a sudden be like, I am Captain America. I represent America and its ideals. But it's also like, how amazing is that to have this franchise, which started with a lot of white male characters leading these superhero movies, building up to 20 movies or whatever. We can't forget the first Avengers movie, as amazing as it is. Technically, the 6 Avengers characters, they're all white people, one woman. Like Nick Fury was there, but like he's not an Avenger. Like it's a different thing.
Yeah.
And now you get to a point where this show and these storytellers are able to really lean into the best stuff that a great Captain America story in the comic books does, which is this. It makes you think about this shit. It makes you, it's well-rounded, and it's not just surface level, and it's not just blindly patriotic, which is like the worst kind of a,
which is what I think John Walker represented, like the blind patriotism of just like, this is what I feel like it should be, and this is what I would want to present to the world, without actually looking in the mirror and looking at what it actually is. And the resolve of somebody to look and be honest and look at what it actually is and still carry that mantle. God damn, it's so good. It's so good. How
crazy is it that back in 1941 in the real world, Joe Simon and Jack Kirby came up with this patriotic character, Captain America, and in his origin, they were like, but he's got to be a skinny guy at first. How smart is that? Because he could have not been. He could have just been a normal man,
like soldier.
A soldier. But the fact that they made him that skinny guy. Look, Captain America. This show has proven it. The movies have kind of proved it. The history of this character proves it. Steve Rogers could not have been anything but a white guy in the comic books and in these movie universes. He could not have been. The fact that he was blue-eyed and good-looking, that's all part of it. But but just the thing that Jack Kirby and Joe Simon made him a skinny guy first is, even for 1941, maybe as close as they could have gotten to, like, well, he represents a marginalized person, like, or at least they've created a character who can have empathy for these kinds of stories, so that when you have a good man, it's the Stanley Tucci. People have continued to share that on Instagram the past few weeks, just comparing it to John Walker. They're going back to Stanley Tucci. They're going back to that Abraham Erskine speech. But even where Bucky is kind of an offshoot of the Captain America idea, and Bucky's also an old character from 1941 as well, to have Bucky turning into Winter Soldier, still being able to apologize to Sam and to be like, hey, we hadn't considered that. I'm sorry. And you should do what you think is right. And I just goes back to, it's because Steve was a skinny guy. He is a weak man who knows the value of strength.
With a good heart.
And with a good heart. And I think Sam is not a weak man, but like Augustine pointed out, he is a marginalized man who knows the value of strength. That's a key component to Captain America. This might be my favorite episode in this miniseries so far. So can't wait for next week, man. That was
this
great.
Episode was a banger for sure. Next week is going to be insane. I'm really looking forward to it. And to echo what you guys were saying about how much time we get to spend with these characters, these miniseries have made me love the MCU so much more. Because now we're spending so much time with these characters who we never imagine trying to tell this story in 2 hours. Like it probably could have been done, but we would have not gotten beautiful character moments. Like with John Walker being honest with himself, and like he knew that he fucked up at the beginning, but he didn't want to admit it. And then the family moments with just like Sam hanging out with his sister and them connecting and actually being family like, and the buddy moments between Bucky and Sam.
So
like
good.
those are everything's just so good.
The test is going to be when we see Black Widow in theaters. We're going to be done in 2 hours. And we're going to be like, that's it. That's all. That's it.
I want to see more.
They got to that fight so fast.
That's it. That's all the time she's going to spend with her family. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Black Widow needs a 5-season miniseries arc, please. Thank you.
A question that I brought up in the beginning that we tabled for the time being, because the show just got so intense, was Falcon and the Winter Soldier was supposed to be the first Disney Plus original series that was going to come out right after Black Widow, sometime in the fall of 2020. But instead, we got WandaVision because of the pandemic. They had to pause shooting, all that stuff. Are you guys pretty okay with the way in which these shows have come out, or do you think that like starting Phase 4, at least from the series perspective, with something that is so like heavy and has so much depth and all that stuff, you would have preferred that? Or are you kind of fine with the way things have played out so far?
So I like the way I actually prefer the way things played out at this point, because when WandaVision came out, we were thirsting, man. We were all just ready for some content.
Yeah.
And they came out with some weird shit, and it just everything they did was such a cool dive back into this world. It was like, okay, we're diving straight back into post-snap. Vision getting his thing torn out, like all of that. We're just being reminded of everything that we loved. Whereas in this show, we're being reminded of everything that the MCU can kind of be in the future. Because they're setting up so much stuff here, which I think is really cool, because it's also a reminder of like, we're moving forward. WandaVision was about dealing with the past trauma. This is dealing with about who you are and then moving on from that point. Like, what are we going to do from here? Because it seems like they're setting up a lot of stuff for the future. And so to go from this, like if Falcon would have come first, it would have, I don't know, maybe felt like it was going backwards. I'm not sure. Maybe it could have worked because WandaVision looked very different before the pandemic. So who knows?
I think I don't know if WandaVision did this in a reshoot or something, but the fact that they established like, okay, well, this show takes place 3 weeks after, and Falcon Winter Soldier is a few months. That has kind of helped my brain organize this stuff and kind of, you know, just to know where they exist in time and space and to know what these characters are going through. And now I feel like I'm on the journey in real time because I'm like, okay, now Sam and Bucky, what are they going through months later? And even when Falcon and Winter Soldier's done, we're getting Loki, and I'm like, that's going to take place right after Endgame, conceivably. Like, what's that going to be?
Or maybe still during the events of Endgame.
Yeah, so
that's going to take place across time.
Yeah,
so.
that's going to mess with my brain a little bit. But like, so maybe after Falcon and Winter Soldier, I might pop in Spider-Man Far From Home just to rewatch it, just to be like, okay, where are we in the MCU? Okay, we're here. But I also think that it did work out that WandaVision ended up being about all of the fun TV tropes, because it was all about it being a TV show. It's a TV show, so how different, how cool is this? And I don't know. I mean, I don't know how this would have been received, frankly. Not to say that like WandaVision doesn't have its own serious like themes that it's exploring. It absolutely is. But I just think that WandaVision coming out, starting really kind of silly and quirky and fun and different stylistically, set up people to be like, okay, this is going to be fun and weird, but also it's about the loss of, the trauma of loss.
Very serious traumas.
By the time that show was over, I think audiences and even people that aren't super diehard MCU fans were like, okay, I'm now understanding what this is and I'm here for it. And I feel like that maybe was a benefit, because it's like, we're going to deal with a very attractive young white woman's trauma. Everybody on board with that? Great. This next show is going to be about a black guy's trauma. Is everybody on board with that?
Right.
Well, even if you're not, shut the fuck up, because we're doing it. It's going to happen. So
I agree.
If this had been the first one right out of the gate, I'm sure that it would have gotten even more Marvel is all that other BS. So I mean, I just think that in a way, WandaVision kind of eased us into like, we're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep doing it. And this one's going to be maybe a little bit more, I don't want to say real world, because it's all a fake Thanos world, but like WandaVision was still real because it was about the trauma of loss and grief.
Exactly.
Grief.
It's just different topics of pain and
very relatable.
Very relatable things. Yeah, basically. Yeah. What do you think, Adam?
I'm actually like pretty happy also with how this kind of worked out, because I think like WandaVision was a really nice sort of like ease in, because it started out being really fun and quirky and all that stuff. And I think we, in the time that we're living and with everything that's happened, we kind of needed something like that. I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier is great. I do think that maybe some of the heaviness, and I've seen people mention this on social media a little bit, of like, it's really heavy. There's a lot of like heavy themes and all this sort of stuff. And with everything that's happened in the last year, like, it's very much relates to a lot of things that have happened.
Last year, in the last week, dude.
In the last week. So I think that WandaVision was a nice way for people to kind of like ease back into the MCU, and then Falcon and the Winter Soldier was like, cool, you're back in this world, we're taking it up a notch, and we're gonna now really like start tackling themes and ideas that are going, you're gonna see just how much depth and how much thought we put into this.
This show has made me more than any dumb fan thing that I saw online or any of that stuff. Like, this one has made me go, oh, let's bring back Chris Evans though, because now I want to see his, you know what I mean? Now I want to see Steve Rogers actually
to hear his opinion.
Yeah, it's filled in with what's going on in this show, and then have that character reflect or anything. So I don't know.
We'll see if we ever get a resolution as to what they mean when they say Steve is gone.
He's in another dimension.
He's on the moon, you guys.
Right? Guys, let us know your comments below what you thought about this penultimate episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What do you hope to see in the finale? I think it's going to be a three-way battle between U.S. Agent, Captain America, and the Flag Smashers. So we'll see a lot. There's a lot to wrap up still, but I think if we get another hour-long episode, I think they will do it incredibly well.
Agreed.
Cannot wait. Join us next week. It'll be a lot of fun. Tears will probably be shed. It's going to be a good old time. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you next week.